caricature making contest held at Butuan Doctors College today. Just now, we are going to interview live the winners of this competition. We have Miss Girly and Garcia to witness the event. Miss Girly?
Yes, Irma, I am now witnessing the caricature contest here in Butuan Doctor College. So, the winning piece is about no freedom of speech, or the title is Silenced Voice. So, freedom of speech, as we all know, is an important human right that allows individuals to express their thoughts, opinions, and ideas openly without fear of government censorship. And it is also a crucial factor for democratic societies, and it's protected by many national constitutions and international human rights documents, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So now we have here the contestant who won the caricature making contest, and I'm so excited. So good day, ladies. But first, you have to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Asharafe S. Maghanoy. And I'm Risa D. Ungkot. I am Honey Grace Pakivar.
I am Maria Angela L. Gonzalez.
So, what makes your caricature who winning piece of this contest?
Every voice matters. So we, people, have the right to say what we think, to share information and demand to better world. People have the right to agree or disagree with those in power and to express opinions in peaceful protests. So the government should be the one that contributes to providing political guidance and exercising the executive function and regulatory powers so that people have the freedom to express. However, it is the government who greedily and routinely imprison people for speaking out, even though almost every country's constitution refers to the value of free speech.
Thank you.
And also, when a government becomes overly intent on keeping power and control, it may restrict free speech and expression. This can be driven by a desire to silence voice that disagree, that might threaten the status quo or disagree with the action or those in the authority. Suppression of freedom of speech prevents individuals from expressing their opinions and concerns, ultimately silencing dissent and hindering the democratic process. So this caricature shows that the voices of people are drowned out, leading to a lack of accountability and transparency in governance. So this phenomenon underscores the urgent need for reform and the protection of fundamental rights to ensure a more just and equitable society.
So this is also about the greediness of the government for power had led to public voices to not be heard. Therefore, this caricature aimed to shed a light on the issue of individuals being deprived of their freedom of speech. Through the use of exaggerated and satirical visuals, this depicts a struggle faced by those who are silenced and unable to express their thoughts and opinions freely. This artwork represents the diverse range of people who are affected by this limitation, from activists fighting in social injustice to ordinary individuals longing to have their voices heard.
To indicate details and expressive features, this caricature strives to convey frustration, helplessness, and longing for liberation experienced by those living without the freedom of speech. The use of this symbolism and metaphors adds depth to the message, emphasizing the importance of the fundamental rights in a democratic society. By bringing attention to these issues, we hope to spark conversation, raise awareness, and inspire positive changes so that every individual can enjoy the freedom to express themselves without fear or suspicion. This caricature serves as an example of expressing our freedom to the world and to all humanity.
This is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is a winning piece. What a wonderful meaning. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
to interview the first runner-up, we have Miss Girly and Garcia to witness the event. Miss Girly?
So now, we will be interviewing the first placer entry. So, for you guys, what makes your caricature out of all peace at the first place?
So, if you imagine the Florence Nightingale, the lamp lady herself, are tirelessly tending to the wounded, but instead of a senior lamp, she's chanting overflowing clipboards while chanting a hell and disparaging remarks about glorifying babysitting job. So, the current state of nursing, or according to this caricature, where the angels, which is the nurses, are overworked, underpaid, and drowning in papers. So nurses are the backbone of any hospital institution, and it ever present a superheroes to dispense medication, sort anxieties, and perform life-saving interventions. They're a human alarm system or tirelessly monitoring the patients and acting on the first line of defense against the medical emergencies. But according to the caricature, this heroism goes fully underappreciated.
Of course, this is caricature, an exaggeration to highlight a very real problem. Nurses are essential, yet their compensation often fails to reflect their worth. The long hours, the emotional toll, the constant pressure, it all takes a toll. This caricature is a wake-up call, a reminder that beneath the superhero capes are real people who deserve recognition and fair compensation. But caricatures, by their nature, are one-sided. The reality is more nuanced. Nurses are not simply underpaid martyrs. There are skilled professionals who take immense pride in their work. The camaraderie among nurses is strong, and the satisfaction of helping others is a reward itself. She and all the nurses out there are the real superheroes, deserving of not just applauses, but fair compensation and a work environment that allows them to shine.
So that's all the remarkable message behind the caricature from the winners. This is Irma May Gabato, reminding, be alert, be vigilant, and be updated.
Every person has the right to express their thoughts and demand positive change. Governments should support this freedom, but some misuse power by imprisoning dissenters, despite constitutional promises of free speech. When authorities prioritize control over citizens' voices, it stifles democracy. The caricature illustrates the drowning out of people's voices, highlighting the crucial need for reform and protecting fundamental rights to ensure a just society with upholding free speech. This caricature highlights how important it is to protect the right to speak openly. This acts as a message urging the public to safeguard these essential human rights to express oneself, opinion, and own expressions.
The caricature humorously depicts nurses as unappreciated heroes facing tough work with low pay. It underscores the mismatch between their crucial role in healthcare and the insufficient appreciation they get. The message is clear. Nurses deserve fair compensation and recognition for their dedication. The caricature serves as an eye-opener to acknowledge the challenges nurses endure and ensure they receive the support and appreciation they rightfully deserve.
The Philippine context, the oppression of expressing own views and opinion has been tolerated, especially towards our government. Filipinos tend to normalize to concealing voicing out own sentiments due to status, wealth, and power, even though we are the ones who elect them to administer, serve our country and the country.
Yet, our voice, our rights are neglected. We are neglected. which happened, there are a variety of issues still unsolved, such as the injustice of our nurses here in our own land. Their compensation doesn't justify their labor. Imagine, one nurse is to 20 to 50 patients. No wonder a lot of nurses will get out of this country. They say no government is perfect, but I believe that the government has duty to provide a better quality of service for the people. In many parts of the world, our freedom of speech is under attack. Voices are being silenced, dissent is being crushed, and the very essence of democracy is being eroded.
When we silence voices, we're not only stifling creativity and innovation, but also we deny the individual rights to advocate for change.
Without freedom of speech, we cannot address the injustices that plague our society, including the very issue we want to highlight today, the low salaries of our nurses.
Nurses are the backbone of our healthcare system, selflessly dedicating themselves to caring for the sick and vulnerable.
Yet, despite their invaluable contributions, many nurses are struggling to make ends meet due to shockingly low salaries. It's a disgrace that those who work tirelessly to heal our communities are not adequately compensated for their efforts.
I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom.
I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom. I am a Filipino. I cry for freedom.
We fight for justice.